Hey ADF fans, let's take a look at working with hierarchies in Data Factory's data flows. So in data flows, when you're working with hierarchies, you'll be able to take your relational data and your flat file data and turn those into hierarchies. You can also transform data inside of those hierarchies and include other complex data types in there and other structures as well. You can land that data as hierarchies, you can turn it back into relational, all kinds of crazy things and fun things you can do with it. Let's take a look at a few examples and how to do that. So let's start in data flows. I'm in my Data Factory UI. Let's go into the data flow designer and we'll start with a fresh new canvas here. Nothing on it. Okay, so I'm going to start with the relational or the flat file source that I always start with, which is my movies data. So this is a CSV file, which means there are no hierarchies. Okay, so let's go ahead and build a hierarchy with that. So I'm going to do a derived column. Derived column is where you're going to go to build new columns or to update existing columns. But in this case, I'm going to call this R2H. I'm going to go from relational style into hierarchy. I take my flat file data, I'm going to turn that into hierarchies. So let's make a new structure and we'll call it. I'm going to take all of the data that is already existing within the flat file. I'm going to make a hierarchy out of that. But before I do, I notice that everything came in as string, and that's because this is, of course, a flat file source. So what I want to do first is I want to go back to my source, and I'm going to go into projection. And let's go ahead and let's click on detect data type. I want Data Factory to go out and to inspect that data, sample it, and give me the right data types on there. I want to have some richness within my structure of the data types in there. Okay. So when that's all done, I'll get the data types to pass through and propagate throughout my data flow. And I'll be able to see that here in the inspect tab, and I can see in the inputs that right now we have integer, strings, and shorts, and back here we now see those data types have propagated out. So that's great. So in my derived column now, back to my movies brand new structure, let's take what we have here from the flat file, let's turn those into a hierarchy. So I'm going to use movie as my structure name, movies. I'm going to include movie is the ID or the primary key. Let's go ahead and make a new subcolumn so we can build a hierarchy in here. Let's call this movie ID. Oops, a little more descriptive. Movie. I'll spell it like that. There we go. And what I want that to be is I just want it to be the movie column. Okay, so I'm just going to say movie for that. All right, great. Now let's make another subcolumn, and this subcolumn we will make. Let's go with title. And again, I'm not going to do any modification on this one at all. I'm just going to take the title column from the flat file. I'll click save, and when you save this, by the way, you'll see that Data Factory is able to detect the data type coming in from the column propagation. So you will get the change. What happens is when you first create a new property, so if I call this next one genres, you will see that it's just any is the data type. But when it goes ahead and it evaluates your expression, it will then use the data type returned as the data type of your column. Now in this case, genre is actually a multi-valued field. It's a single string column, but it has multiple values in it that are delimited or separated by a pipe character. So I'm going to turn that into an array by using the split function. So if I split the existing genres file on the pipe character, I'll now get a string array. So when I save this, you'll see that Data Factory is smart enough to know that, oh yes, you do want a string array. So what else do we want? Let's take year and rating. I don't need Rotten Tomatoes. Let's just finish this up by saying add another subcolumn, and let's add in there, my expression is just year. We save, and then we go to the last subcolumn, which is going to be rating. I'm going to lowercase it so we're a little bit more common with our syntax that we're using for our properties, and then the value is going to be rating, and that's just fine. So that's it. So I've now built a hierarchy, and when I look at the syntax for that, by the way, this is the syntax that Data Factory uses. It uses the @ symbol, and then it gives you the properties within that hierarchical structure. All right, and of course, what each thing is, this one genre being the split of genres, and then year equal year, rating is rating, so on and so forth. Now when we look at inspect and we look at the output from derived column, you'll see all the existing columns plus this new movies complex type down here. Let's go ahead and do a data preview on that. Let's take a look at what that is going to actually look like when that manifests as a new structure within my data set. Okay, there are the incoming columns, and over here is my new movies structure, and it has movie ID, title. Just go down a little bit here, and the other columns. Now there's genre, which is my array. So if you click on it, you'll get the different elements within that array. Looks fine. So I built my hierarchy. I went from relational to hierarchy. Now what you can do with that is you can sync that into a data store that can write complex and hierarchical data. So I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's do it as a JSON. How's that sound? Sounds good to me. So I'm going to use a JSON folder because what Data Factory likes to do is, in data flows, is it likes to write using Spark, uses Spark as the engine, so it likes to do that in a way that allows it to do partition writes. So I'm going to say go ahead and write to a folder, but I do want to specify the name of a single file. So instead of having it have a file per partition, instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my settings, I'm going to say output to single file. You get a warning that this is a slow process, and I'm not working with large data here. This is a demo, so it's easier for me to show you a single file. So I'm going to call this movies. Call it movies. I'll just call it movies.json. It's nice and easy. And mapping is just mapping. Actually, I take that back. I don't want to just do auto mapping. Let's take out all of the relational data, and let's just land the movies hierarchy in there. That's all we need to do. We can do a data preview just to ensure that we didn't mess anything up and all of our logic is correct. Do a quick unit smoke test here. A high-level structure with different properties in the array. Alright, everything looks good. Let's go ahead and run this. Now to actually land that data, we need a pipeline. So let's just do a little pipeline right here. And we'll take our data flows down here. We'll look for hierarchical, sorry. Just right there, we'll drop it onto the design surface. And yeah, let's go ahead and give it a run and see what we get. While this is cooking, I'm going to go over to my portal, my Azure portal, and I'll bring up the folder where this is going to land so we can look at it. Alright, so here's the storage account to the output JSON folder, movies.json. Let's go ahead in there and take a look at that, and the contents of it. The movie structure, and I have a hierarchy with title, the genres array, where's a better example of the array right here, the year, and the rating. Okay, so that looks just fine. Let's go back to our data factory now. And what we'll do next is to read that data back in, and let's work with that hierarchical data. So I'm going to take off, let's take all these other transformations off, and we'll start again with just the source. This time we'll actually use that JSON file now as a source. So what I'll do is I'll go back to where we were, which was the JSON folder. And we put that in outputs. JSON, the file is called movies.json, so we'll use this now as a source. Okay, so now we can go ahead and we can grab the projection of that. So this should be the movies structure. And there it is with all the different properties and the right data types. That looks good. Now let's do some transformation on that. So the first thing I'm going to do is I want to take the, let's take the rating and I want to add a value to it. So let's go ahead and this time we're going to do a drive column. We actually want to modify a property of an existing structure of movies. So you have to select movies as the top level structure and then go into the expression builder. And what we're going to do is we're going to use this shortcut button we have right here, insert explicit structure, which is the hierarchical structure, and there is that syntax you saw earlier. I'm going to take that rating and I want to add one. So all we're going to do is we're just going to say +1 to this. I'm going to put this in parentheses to make it a little bit neater. And there we go. And we're just going to add 1 to that. So every movie rating is going to be increased by 1. Okay, but that's just one transformation we want to do. And what we also want to do is I want to take that array that is inside of movies and I want to flatten that out so I have a separate row for every movie and its genre. So I want one row per. In other words, I'm going to denormalize that data from its normalized form within the array inside of each document. So I'll use the flatten transformation to do that. This is sort of going, well, in fact I'll call this the opposite. This is going from hierarchical to relational. And I'm going to unroll, and there is that array right there. And let's pick what we want to actually output from that. Let's output the genres, of course, would be important to have. Let's also output the movie title, and then let's do also the rating. Since we know we increased the rating, we'll get an idea of what the new rating is. Go to preview and we can take a look at our flattened data, and there we see a row for each movie and its genre that was associated with it. So you're going to have repeating values. You're going to get denormalized data now once you do that. But that means that I can now take this is flattened data, and I can land this back into a relational data stored like a CSV or a SQL table, some sort of a matrix form. Okay, so that's a quick look at how you can work with hierarchies in Data Factory.